Middle School Stories Part 5. By 8th grade year, actually, no, before that. Well, actually, no. I had my summer. It was the same year, whatever. I remember when the whole September 11th thing happened. I'm sure all of y'all can remember where y'all was at when September 11th happened. But I remember I would have an issue with being late in the morning and missing the bus. So this one day, I missed the bus. So I'm just like, whatever. I can't explain to my mom like, hey, yeah, I missed the bus. I remember one time I called the bus station and they sent like another bus to pick me up. But I don't know, whatever happened this day, I just hopped on my scooter and took off and said, I'm gonna just ride to school. So I probably show up to school like an hour late or something like that. When I get to class, I'm looking around and I don't see anybody. I'm like, where the hell's everybody at? So I'm like walking around, and then finally, like, I walk up, I walk all the way to like the third floor, and then I'm walking. I see everybody in this room, one of our classrooms, with the door open. I mean, like the lights was like off. It was like they was watching a movie or something. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I walk in there, and the teachers direct me to sit down, and they're watching TV, and on the TV, one of the planes had hit already. And the planes like. A matter of fact, I think both had hit. No, matter of fact, sorry. One plane had hit. And we're sitting there just, everyone's watching. And I thought it was kind of weird. And I'm like, what? Why is everyone, like, why did they get everyone to sit in this class and watch this? Like, it just made no sense to me. It just seemed very coordinated in a sense. I mean, like, I know it was a big story and all that, but, and I don't even know if it was just my school. I never even asked anybody that maybe went to other schools, like, hey, did they have y'all all get in the room? And maybe it's just my little conspiracy theory in me, because I'm just like, hold up, was this like the plan? Did they know, like, hey, everyone bring the kids in the room? And but anyway, as we're sitting there, we're just like, they're like, the U.S. has been attacked. We've been, the U.S., we haven't been attacked since like World War II, Pearl Harbor. Everyone is just thrown off. No one knows what the hell's going on. We're just like what's going on? Like, what the fuck? We're being attacked? Then the second plane hit, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, that shit is not about to go. This shit really went in the fucking house. Like, what the fuck? We were just all sitting there just dumbfounded, like, what the fuck is going on? We was just as shocked and confused as everybody else. So, they had us in there watching it for a little bit. Eventually, it was like cutting into school too much, so they, everybody kind of, they sent everybody back to their classes and all that. It really just stuck out to me. But, well, first and foremost, I don't think I got marked down as being late, by the way, because everyone was so focused on that, no one even realized, like, hey, this guy showed up like an hour and a half late to school. But besides that, it was just, I mean, I never thought that the U.S. could be attacked. Like, we're supposed to be the biggest, baddest boys on the block. Like, who would dare? So that day of school, it was just the oddest day of school ever. I don't think anyone could really focus on it. Like, all our minds was thinking about that. And when we got home later that day, to find out that there's like other planes that had been hijacked, and the passengers took control of it and it crash landed. I'm not sure exactly where. It was a long time ago, obviously, and then the fourth plane. What happened to the fourth plane? I don't remember. I'm sorry. It was a really long time ago. But another time where I had a different perspective than my classmates because of the situation of me showing up late that day. So, but yeah, I just really thought that was odd that they had everyone in the classroom. It almost seemed like they knew beforehand that it was going to happen. So, I didn't even know we had cable. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing all these weird dramatic pauses. But riding the school bus, when I did wake up on time to catch the school bus, it was always a fun experience. A lot of kids. We also the school bus that I rode also had my next door neighbor. My boy Kendrick. So we all literally rode the same school bus to go to school. I was cool with him and all his brothers. They lived next door to me. Our moms was cool, and so for us to ride the school bus together, that was just another dope thing. So it was like me, him, my sister, my boy Gideon, and a bunch of other. Like, I probably knew everybody on the bus. Like, I remember a story where my boy Steven, who was in the special ed class with me, it said that, he got domed off by by this chick. I don't want to say her name, throw her out there, but he got domed off in the school bus. Like, that's the word on the street. I was there, but I didn't. They kind of had their coat over them, and it could entirely be possible, but at the same time, it could just be some BS rumor. I'm not sure exactly, but it's a great story to tell. Wearing like 7th or 8th grade. Like, you know, dudes getting head on the school bus. I mean, shit. Like, how fucking millennials, man. Goodness gracious. I even fought with my boy on the bus one time, like, and this, this is when I realized how weak I was at the time. So I, you know, you wasn't supposed to eat on the bus, right? So before school, I had some money. So anytime I had got some money, I'm going to the store. I'm buying Cinnabons, you know, the ice Cinnabons. I'm buying the Nutter Butters. I'm buying chips. I'm buying candy. I'm buying juices. I'm on the bus with it and I'm grubbing. Matter of fact, I think I had some donuts that day, like the little powdered donuts. And this nigga decides that he wants to joke around by calling like, hey bus driver, he's in. Like, he's being a little bitch. So I'm just mad at him the whole time. Like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm yelling. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, nigga. And he just kept saying, you know, luckily I don't think the bus driver was, she sees him laughing, joking around. So I don't think she paid him much mind. But just the fact that he was doing it, that should just piss me the hell off. As we're getting up to leave, I'm like, yo, bitch, man. I'm just like standing over him like, bitch. And the motherfucker just started grabbing me. I was like, yo, let me fucking go. And he's just grabbing me. So I take my right hand. I start punching him. And this nigga's just laughing. This motherfucker's laughing at me punching him. And I'm just like, damn, like I didn't do no damage at all with this motherfucker. He's laughing as I'm punching him. Like, oh, this motherfucker. But the funny thing about that story, I didn't realize it at the time because I had been, you know, I wrote with my right hand and I did everything with my right hand. I didn't find out till like 20 plus years later that, you know, I started writing with my left hand and my mom switched it to my right hand. So come to find out, my right hand isn't even my dominant hand. My left hand is. But throughout the years, I would notice certain things. I'm like, my left hand is kind of stronger than my right hand. My left hand kind of, you know, I have better handle when I'm playing basketball with my left hand, even though I shoot with my right hand. So it always kind of was, I always kind of felt a little bit strange in my own body because I always felt slightly awkward. I'm like, something's not right. And then I finally figured out what it was. My freaking mom, you know, being from fucking Africa, it's like disrespectful to do things with your left hand. You know, I guess they're just ignorant to a lot of the things. Like, they don't realize that your left hand has a lot to do with, you know, what kind of a person you are. And it plays into a lot of different things. And my aunt actually said if you switched somebody's like handedness, it could like switch their brain because left hand people tend to be more creative and they use more their right side of the brain, which is the creative side. The right hand is the more like analytical side. So by her switching me, she kind of fucked me up basically. You know, so I'm punching this dude with my offhand. So imagine all you right-handers out there. Imagine you try to punch somebody with your left hand. Probably not going to do much damage. There's probably not much strength in it, you know, unless you're like a boxer or some shit and you've been actually working on strengthening it. I just thought I was weak. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, why am I so weak? You know, if I would have hit him with the left, that would have gave him a little bit more of a, you know, but at the time I'm just, this motherfucker's laughing and shit. I'm like, damn. You know, mind you, I had been in a couple fights before that, and you know, and this motherfucker was from Africa. You know, his accent hadn't been here for that long, and you know, he definitely was completely influenced by America. He was just a rough motherfucker, and I'm hitting him, and nothing's happening. I'm just like, damn, like what the fuck. So I bounced off the bus, and that was the end of that. You know, we were still friends. He didn't care. He just, and this dude. Speaking of Gideon, this motherfucker was great. Like, this motherfucker will always talk about like Tupac. Like, he was in fucking love with Tupac. He's like, yo, I want to be like Tupac, the thug. And just like Pac really Pac really influenced a lot of people in this generation, man. Like, he had people wanting to be thugs and take their shirt off and fight motherfuckers and just all type of wild shit. I see motherfuckers was influenced by Pac. You know, it's funny to see what people was influenced by. Me, I love the way he spoke about social justices and things like that. You know, I love how poetic he was, and all that other stuff was just BS to me. This is nonsense, but entertaining. You know, I mean, it was the gangster era. I mean, what you expect the guy to do? But anyway, Gideon. So I invite Gideon over, and he's playing like video games with us, and he's playing. So it's like me and my next door neighbors, and he was cool with everybody except one, which is my boy Kendall. And Kendall, I don't know what the fuck it was between them two. Like, they just kept arguing, just going at it, and they just did not like each other from day one. And I don't know what the fuck it was. And they was just talking shit to each other, like, yeah, I beat your ass, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, chill out with all that, man. Don't be doing all that shit in my house. Like, chill out with all that. And I don't remember at some point, I think Gideon was roasting him or something. Like, and Kendall got mad, and Gideon had like mad CDs and shit. So this nigga takes This nigga Kendall takes the CDs outside and starts breaking them. Like, fuck this nigga. And I was like, yo, this motherfucker's breaking your CDs. And this nigga looked at me and said, what? So he's breaking your CDs. This nigga just was like, it's like this nigga just stopped, took his shirt off, and just went outside like. And we were all such fucking assholes. You know, I mean, mind you, he's there with like 2 of his brothers, and we all go outside to see the fight. Just like that shit was entertainment for us. Like we didn't forget. And these motherfuckers start going at it. And I ain't gonna lie, Gideon got this motherfucker. He started whooping his. He handled that nigga like straight up. Like that shit was funny as hell. But you know, Kendall got up and just like walked in his house all mad and shit. And Gideon. Gideon stood there. That nigga was a real fighter. Like I seen that shit was funny as hell, man. Like I could see that nigga in Africa fighting other motherfuckers trying to get some food and shit. Like, you know, no disrespect, of course, but and you know, you would think after all the hospitality that I showed this motherfucker, one day, I don't know if he bunked school or whatever. Well, yeah, he had to bunk school. One day, my mom comes and picks me up, and she's just like, "Did you rip the alarm off the wall?" And I'm just like, "What?" She's like, "Well, somebody ripped the alarm off the wall and like ransacked the house." And I'm just like, "What?" And she was like, "Oh, so it wasn't you? Okay, well, good, because I was about to send you back to Africa." And I'm just like, "What? Like, what the fuck? Like, well, why would you assume it's me?" You know, and I think I might have been mad about something that she probably, you know, me and my mom was always getting into it. So I think she just assumed it was me. Like I was just mad or something. And I ripped the alarm off the wall before I went to school. And I'm just like, that ain't even my style. Like that's dumb as hell. So she had, you know, so basically we got robbed. Like this motherfucker, I think it was days later, weeks later, whatever. We found out it was fucking Gideon. This motherfucker had came to my house, climbed through the fucking window. And the only reason he knew how to do that because I think I forgot my, you know, when he came to stay over, I think, you know, I forgot my key. So I went to the back window and hopped through it. And so this motherfucker came back and did the same shit. Ran through the house, ripped the alarm off the wall. This nigga went through my mom's panty drawer looking for shit. Like, he stole like a chain of hers or some other shit. I don't remember exactly what he took. But I couldn't believe that shit. And this motherfucker was always trying to, he wanted to be Pac so bad, he wanted to get out to California. So I guess he was trying to save up for fucking trying to rob my fucking house. And I didn't really see him too much longer after that. You know, he was trying to figure out a way to get to California. I don't know if he got kicked out of school. I think he just stopped coming. Like he stopped coming and was trying to get out there, and he was just all over the place doing a bunch of dumb shit. From what I heard, eventually his mom just got tired of all the bullshit and said, "Hey, you know what? I'll help you get out to California so you can go out there and live the thug life." And she bought him a plane ticket. He got on the plane. It took off, and then he realized the plane was heading to Liberia. This motherfucker, his mom sent his ass back to fucking Liberia, and I think that's where he's at to this day. So shout out to Gideon if you see this, if you're in Liberia, you know what I'm saying? To all the Liberians, I said what up. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get for robbing my house. You bitch ass nigga. But anyway, that's part 5. Stay tuned for part 6, middle school stories. Holla.